Hi, hello my friends. We are in the other lesson of jewelry design teaching. A lesson we teaching a transform unit for you. Okay, this is matrix and we are going to transfer unit. Clicking on transfer and we have a two parts, or I say first floor and second floor. Okay. We go to the first floor and we have this item scale 3D. When we have an object, for example, look like this, and we want to scale in a x, y, z. Clicking on this object and clicking on this 3D scale, yes, we can keeping this original object and copy yes, or just we want to changing this and scaling this and don't keep up with copy now. Okay, click on scale 3D and then clicking on the selected point, or point you want to select that, and then moving your mouse and you have the scaling this. You can write or typing a scale number. For example, I'll click on that and click on that and then clicking and then typing 10. It's 10 person scaling your object. Okay, this is scale 3D. Scaling in X, Y, Z deep. Okay, the other is scale 2D. 2D means scale just in X, Y, or X, Z, or Z, X, for example, in a 2 deeps. Clicking on that and that, and then you can see scaling in 2 deeps, or the other just scale in 1 dips. For example, just a scale in a X, or just a scale in a Y or Z, and just scaling in a straight in a Z. Okay, or here in a Y, or for example X. The next item is not very useful. You can scaling 1D together scale in a X, Y, Z without clicking, but by clicking one time, clicking on that and then clicking 1D in a X, or 1D in a X, 1D in a Y, and 1D in a Z, put together in a one time clicking on this item. Okay, the next is orient 2 points. For example, if we have this curve and we want to copying and or moving this, going to transfer and first floor orient 2, 1, 2, and then on this curve 1 and 2. You can scaling and moving on your other objects. Okay, scaling and moving. Re-entering is there, and in a Z, Z. Okay. Okay. It's not useful, and this is you have the object and you want to bending your object. For example, I'm going to right view, and then setting the plastic view, clicking on band, clicking on everywhere I want, for example that, and this, and blending, bending, excuse me. I can bending this, I can rigiding, just moving in this line, or you don't want rigid, you can just bending this, or symmetric means going a center and then clicking on that, and symmetric. No, just it. Yes, two sides is bending. Next is array puller. For example, we have this cipher, and I want to copying in the same size like this cipher and in the same distance. I'm clicking on that, and then clicking on puller, array puller. Ask you a center of puller array. I want, for example, I can choosing center this cipher or other side. For example, in here I want this point to array or cipher. I want to this my center is, and for example I type 5 of this cipher is copying. The center of this copying is here. Okay, ask you angle. I want to full circle, 360 degree. Okay, copying this with the center 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, for example. Or yes, center is distance of this is center. Or I click on that, center is this. Okay, 5, distance. Okay, or here. Okay, we have this cipher copying in this center. Or for example moving in here. Okay, this here is choosing your center is irregular, not very usable, not usable. Small pattern, yeah, we can teaching this in our project future. Or this icon is about you can pattern, you can make a pattern or copying your object on a surface. For example, if we have this surface, for example, like cutting to make a surface. Okay, on the tab, I want to copying on the surface, clicking on the smart pattern. Oh, excuse me, and select our object. This object is object. No, and clicking this surface. Okay, we have this object in this surface, but we can change the value. Okay, we have this object, it's covering the surface, that object, and can move it with this. Yeah. Okay, um, the next icon is orient on surface. Okay, we have the cipher, and I want to copy on this surface. Okay, click on this cipher and excuse me, clicking on orient on surface and then base points. I want to this base point in under of my object, clicking surface and orient. Okay, you can selecting and rotation, you can rotate your this object and this surface, and scaling uniform prompt or rigid, change the objects with the surface, with the form of the surface, or don't change it. If you want, don't change it or change anything, click on rigid. If you want to change and make a shape of this object on the surface, you can don't clicking on this rigid. Okay, and you can flip or change it no to yes about the copy, and okay, you can copy on this surface, look like that. Okay, you're copying in this form. I choose the base point in under. If we choose in the center, this cipher going to this surface, half is out and half is in. Okay, orient perpendicular. Okay, clicking on this, select object to orient. Okay, I select it, then base point is here, and select the orient curve, for example that. Okay, look like that, but orient on the curve. The previous icon is about orient object and the surface, but this is orient on the curve. Look like that, previous surface, but this is curve. Okay.